everyone. This week I've decided to not review The Glass House because frankly the show is very boring and no one's watching it. So I want to focus this week on Big Brother. The premiere is actually going to be next Thursday, and they just recently revealed the cast members. They've been sort of leaking them out over the past couple of days. They released 9 yesterday, I think, the day before yesterday, and the rest of the cast was revealed today. Now, there are 16 members of the house. We've been promised, based on TV promos on CBS, that this was going to be the biggest cast ever on Big Brother. And there were going to be 4 huge surprises in the first hour. Now, we've already found out that 4 returning house guests are coming back. Now, a lot of people thought it was going to be Brendan and Rachel from last year, and that would have been their technically 4th season, considering they won Amazing Race also last year. And that just seems unfair. But Allison Grodner, the producer, has said that there are going to be no one returning from last year's season. Sorry, my cat is messing with the camera again. So luckily we won't be, forced to watch Brenchel again this year. But there's going to be 4 returning house guests. They'll be competing for their own particular prize, and we don't really know what that means. We probably won't find out until next Thursday. There are 16 house guests. Now, Season 9 had 16 house guests as well, so it's really not the largest cast that they've ever had, unless they're going to bring in somebody else and make it more than 16, but it's not the largest cast that they've ever had. The first person I'm going to review is going to be Will Hauser, 24, from Louisville, Kentucky. If you watch American Idol, you may have seen a blurb of him during, I think it was Season 4 of American Idol. Cat, stop. He didn't even qualify to go any further than the auditions round. He wasn't very good. That hasn't stopped him from trying to make it in the music industry. He goes on YouTube, and if you go to the Will Show, W-I-L show on YouTube, he has some music videos that he's made. They're really bad. Really bad. The one particular that jumps out at me is a song that he was doing called Lover, and it took place in a Catholic school. And it was him and a bunch of like 20 or 30-year-old guys, it looked like, in a classroom with a bunch of 8-year-old girls. And the teacher comes in, and the boys run off to one side of the room, and the girls just start dancing, and I mean, it's not like sexual dancing, but it's like really bizarre dancing. And then Will pops up from behind a desk and starts singing to the teacher and saying that he doesn't think that her children would mind if she had a lover, and that her husband, he should be out of the picture. Basically trying to seduce this Catholic school teacher. And then there are a bunch of dancing nuns, and at least one of them looked like a man in a nun's outfit. So I think they had drag queen nuns as well. But the whole video is kind of creepy because, like, you have these old guys, not old, but, 20 and 30-year-old, dancing with these 8-year-old girls, and they're trying to seduce this teacher. It's really bizarre. But anyway, back to Will, and not his singing. He claims, I think he says in his cast bio that he's only seen 1 season of Big Brother, which was last season, and he liked Rachel but not Dick. He claims to be scared of bananas, which is probably the strangest thing that anyone on this season's cast has said that they were afraid of. Most everybody went for the safe answers, like heights and snakes and spiders. I think I would have an interesting phobia if I was on the show. On my cast bio, it would say I was afraid of garden gnomes, because I really am creeped out by garden gnomes. I don't know if I'm as creeped out by garden gnomes as Will is of bananas. I haven't seen Will encounter a banana, but I hope that happens this season. That would be interesting. Now, they ask in the application, if you could take 3 things into the house with you, what would they be? Now, everyone that knows Big Brother knows that you're cut off from the outside world, and you can't take things like cell phones and, you know, music players and everything into the house. You just can't do that because it's against the rules. But this cast, every year, I'm always surprised by the number of people that say they want to take their iPod or their iPhone into the house. They're not going to be able to do that. But Will also says he would want to take his iPod into the house for the music. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a tweet from someone at work. It's been a rough week at work. Alright, the second person is Willie Hantz. I don't really watch Survivor. I mean, I used to watch Survivor all the time, but I haven't watched it religiously in a few years. But he is the brother of the notorious Survivor villain Russell Hantz. I think Russell was the last season that I watched. I stopped watching after his season. Willie is from Benton, Louisiana, and appears to have a roommate, and it's his mother. And he describes her cooking as being just like slop, so he'll be able to eat Big Brother's slop. I'm sure your mother appreciates that. He also says that some of his favorite activities are gambling and strip clubs. He also says that he would shoot himself if Rachel was in the house with him. Well, thankfully for you, Willie, Rachel will not be back this season. And thankfully for us, Rachel will not be back this season. He claims that he has not respected anyone who has ever played a Big Brother game because no one can play it like him. Sounds a lot like the ego of his brother. We'll have a lot of fun with this one. His only goal is to make it to Big Brother All-Stars. Now, considering the fact that Big Brother has pretty much had 2 All-Star seasons in a row, by bringing the veterans back last season and bringing 4 more veterans back this season, I don't think there's ever going to be a pure All-Stars again. There was an All-Star season, Season 7. And this is Season 14. You would thought that All-Star season would have been this season, but it's not. So I don't think that's ever going to happen again. The next house guest is Jen Arroyo, 37, from Brooklyn, New York. She's a bass player for the death metal group named Kittie. And you spell that Kittie. Now, I have not looked up Kittie's music on YouTube or anywhere else. I'm making this video before I do so it doesn't taint my opinion of her, because I actually kind of liked her bio. She says she was always on tour, so the house is going to be, it's going to be difficult, but she can cope with being in the house. She kind of reminds me of Brittany from Season 1 with her hair color, and she also kind of reminds me of Nokomis, who is one of my favorite players. And a little bit of Evil Dick, who's also one of my favorite players. She says that if she was made famous by Big Brother, she would use that fame to go on tour with her band and really milk it for all it's worth with her band. So she's intending to get famous off of Big Brother. Not many people do get famous off of Big Brother. And just like a lot of other people, she says she would like to take her laptop computer into the house with her, so she can, play her music. You can't take the laptop into the house. I think we've already covered that. The next contestant is Ian Terry, 21, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but he's going to Tulane in New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, he kind of reminds me of Rick Moranis. He's got glasses, and I have glasses too, so I'll wear my glasses while I'm talking about Ian. I think he's an adorable nerd. His answers are very elaborate. They use intelligent grammar. He's a Big Brother superfan. He's been watching it for years and years and years. His favorite player was Will Kirby, who was in Season 2 and Season 7, the All-Star season. He has a phobia of snakes, large dangerous animals, vomiting, and drowning. Most of those are pretty standard phobias, except for vomiting. I liked his motto, his life motto. I came here to kick butt and chew bubblegum, but I'm all out of bubblegum. It's not that it's an intelligent life motto, it's just a little bit unique. Kind of liked it. Another thing that I thought was pretty cool in his cast bio, he said that he has different pairs of glasses to coordinate with every outfit that he wears. That would be awesome and amazing. I would like to see him be able to take all of those glasses into the house and be able to wear them with a different one for every outfit, so he would look different in every single shot for the show. Okay, the fifth house guest is Cara Monaco. Let's see how I'm doing on time here. I've got myself on a timer to try to make my videos shorter. Certainly don't want to be like throwing shade. Who does? The RuPaul's Drag Race reviews. Their reviews go on for like 30 minutes. No, actually more like an hour. Okay, Cara Monaco is from Orlando, Florida. She lives somewhere else now. I think it was somewhere in California. I think she moved to California. I think it was West Hollywood, California. I remember from the cast bio. I don't have it right in front of me. But, I mean, it would make sense to go from Central Florida here to Southern California because there's Disney World in Orlando and there's Disneyland in Anaheim. Well, the reason why I say that is she used to be a Disney princess. She was a singer, well, not a singer, a dancer and a performer for the Disney shows. She was Cinderella, Snow White, and Alice. Now, that's an interesting group of princesses that she played. I'm sure that she had to wear a wig for Snow White because she doesn't have Snow White's hair. She has your typical phobia of bugs, and she wishes that she would be able to take her Nook tablet into the house so she could read her books. Not so sure. I know you can take a Bible into the house, but I don't think you can take a Nook. I'd have to double check on that, but I don't think you can take a Nook in. Anyway, her profile kind of seems bland, so I'm just going to go on to the next person, Shane Meany, 26, from Bennington, Vermont. Probably has the coolest last name for any Big Brother house guest ever. Meany. I wonder if he's going to be a meanie. Anyway, he's a house flipper. He's pretty smart too, kind of like Ian. He has a 3.8 GPA, I think in pre-med. But yet he's a house flipper, so he's not in his career. Of course, a lot of people do that. I'm not in my career. I'm a psychology major, and I'm not in my career. I work at an airport. His phobias are mice, drowning, and failure. Again, pretty standard phobias. He also thought he would be able to take an iPod into the house. No, you can't take an iPod into the house, people. Alright, the next house guest is Frank Eudy, E-U-D-Y, 28, from Naples, Florida. He is unemployed. Now, one of his favorite activities is going to the beach, of course, and you can tell that with his surfer hair. He has beautiful surfer hair locks. Kind of seems like a slacker. And the fact that he idolizes the boys from Chilltown, a famous alliance in Big Brother history, just reinforces that image. He has a pretty standard phobia, snakes and spiders. He doesn't even have a phobia of sharks. Which would be kind of cool. Just someone that goes to the beach all the time and is a surfer, but their biggest fear is sharks. Alright. He said his most proud accomplishment in his life is paying for his own braces. I guess that would be a proud accomplishment. But he was paying for his own braces while he was in college. So apparently he was a slacker in college and probably failed because he didn't mention college as being his greatest accomplishment. He also thought he could take a phone into the house, an iPhone. These people, I don't know where they cast these people from. Well, I know this guy probably showed up for the open casting call that was here in Tampa. They have it every year at the Dubliner. This year I did not stop by the Dubliner to even see how the line was for Big Brother. I did an online video audition for Big Brother. kind of awkward doing an online video for Big Brother, even though that was something I'd been complaining about for years that they needed to do. It just seemed odd doing an online audition video. It's stranger even than when you put a video camera up and you film it and you tape it and you send the tape in. It was just odd. Anyway, Frank is the son of pro wrestler Psycho Sid of the World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't watch wrestling, so I wouldn't know who Psycho Sid was. The next person is the Jersey Shore wannabe known as JoJo Spatafora, 26, from Staten Island, New York. She probably knows Snooki and JWoww. She's a bartender. So yeah, she probably knows Snooki and Bow Wow. JWoww. Which is a horrible show, by the way. It's even worse than Jersey Shore. I actually like Jersey Shore. I don't like Snooki and JWoww. She loves to tan. So I know who her best friend in the house is going to be. Her best friend in the house is going to be the next contestant I want to review, which is Ashley, because Ashley owns a mobile spray tanning company. So, they're going to be best friends. I can see that. Anyway, she hated Rachel and her annoying laugh. It'd be ironic if JoJo has an annoying laugh. Can't wait. Can't wait to see it. And, of course, she has a standard phobias as well. Snakes, spiders, and the dark. Ashley Ioko, 26, West Hollywood, California. She's the one that owns the mobile spray tanning company and will be best friends with JoJo. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm sure you guys are probably getting tired of seeing this stupid thing, but I'm going to use it anyway. Ashley is the dumb blonde. That's why I'm wearing the blonde wig. She describes herself as a spark plug. I can totally see the dumb blonde, though. But I think I'm going to like Ashley. I'll tell you why. She loves Jeff. So let's hope that for Jordan's sake, Jordan is not one of the ones that comes into the house, or, heaven forbid, Jeff is one of the ones that is allowed back into the house and Jordan doesn't go into the house. Because she's going to go after Jeff. Because she loves Jeff. Another thing that makes me like Ashley is she likes to meditate, which I do. She makes vision boards. She calls them dream boards. I do vision boards. It's the same thing, basically. It's where you put the things that you want in your life on a board, and you post it somewhere so you see it every day. Now, you're supposed to meditate on the dream board, and you're supposed to, like, constantly have that in your head. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to, own. This is where I'm going to go. I kind of forget where I put my dream board. So it doesn't really work for me. And I'm serious. I don't remember where my dream board went. I think it's somewhere in my closet. It was originally on my wall, but then I was redecorating my walls, and I put it in the closet, and I don't remember when. I know it's not going to do me any good there in the closet, but I should probably get that out and put it back on the wall. Okay, she has a phobia of mosquitoes, and she believes in the law of attraction, obviously, because you believe in law of attraction. That's why you do the dream boards and the vision boards and stuff. And I liked one of the things that she said she would take into the house with her. Frankincense oil. Frankincense oil you burn to basically promote healing and harmony in the house. And I think that's cool. I like her. Alright, let's see what we're doing on time. Can't even tell. Alright. The next house guest reminds me a lot of Kalia from last year. Why am I still have this hot freaking thing on? Sorry. Alright. Her name is Jody Rollins, 42, from Calipatria, California. Jody. First of all, she's the only black person on the season this year. Big Brother has a really hard time casting a truly diverse cast. I know they claim that they cast a diverse cast. They've had a few Asians. My hair's falling out. Oh wait, it's probably that blonde hair. Stupid wig. But they don't cast that many African Americans for their shows. I mean, you can count on one hand how many African Americans have been on any given season. If I'm correct, they've not had more than 2 per season. And they usually only have 1. I'll have to look that up. I'm curious to find out that. But I know they don't have a very diverse casting. They don't pick very many African Americans. Anyway, Jody is a restaurant server. And like most of the African American women they cast on this show, she says that she's opinionated. That's just feeding into a stereotype. And just like Kalia, she says she likes writing and laughing. She also likes singing too, so it should be interesting to get the American Idol reject, Will, and you get Jen, who's in a metal band, and you get Jody together. They might be able to form a Big Brother band. That'd be interesting. Alright, Jody claims to be a super fan, and she is a huge fan of Brittany from Season 2. At least that's what the CBS website says. I haven't seen the cast bio videos yet. She says she's a fan of Brittany from Season 2. That's awesome. You're a great super fan. Because, honey, there was no Brittany in Season 2. I'm thinking they meant to put Brittany from Season 12. And someone on the website just didn't put a 1. That's what I think. So maybe she's really is a super fan. Okay, her phobias are naturally snakes and roller coasters, and she would love to be able to take a pen and a notepad and an iPod into the house. I'm done.